Shri Ram tuhi, Shri Krishna tuhi, Shri Ram Krishna Hare Hare. Shri Ram tuhi, Shri Krishna tuhi, Shri Ram Krishna Hare Hare. Shri Ram tuhi, Shri Krishna tuhi, Shri Ram Krishna Hare Hare. Shri Ram tuhi, Shri Krishna tuhi, Shri Ram Krishna Hare Hare. Hari Om, 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 Hari Om. Shri Kali tuhi, Shri Durga tuhi, Shri Sharada Mata Hare Hare. Shri Kali tuhi, Shri Durga tuhi, Shri Sharada Mata Hare Hare. Shri Kali tuhi, Shri Durga tuhi, Shri Sharada Mata Hare Hare. Shri Ma Jai Ma, 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 Shri Ma Jai Ma. Bholanath tuhi, Narendra tuhi, Swami Vivekananda Hare Hare. 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 Shiva Om, Hara Om, 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 Shiva Om, Hara Om. Ram tuhi, Shri Krishna tuhi, Shri Ram Krishna Hare Hare. Shri Ram tuhi, Shri Krishna tuhi, Shri Ram Krishna Hare Hare. शारदा माता हरे हरे
जय मां श्री मां जय मां श्री मां जय मां
श्री मां जय मां श्री मां जय मां श्री मां जय मां
भोलानाथ तुही नरेंद्र तुही स्वामी विवेकानंद हरे हरे
भोलानाथ तुही नरेंद्र तुही स्वामी विवेकानंद हरे हरे शिव ओम हर ओम 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 शिव ओम हर ओम
राम तुही श्री कृष्ण तुही श्री राम कृष्ण हरे हरे
ओम श्री राम कृष्ण भगवान की जय।
एकदन्त महाकाय लम्बोदर गजाननं विघ्ननाशिकरं देवम् प्रणमाम्यहम्
नंद कुमारा नवनीत चोरा तामरे कन्ना श्री हरि नंद कुमारा नवनीत चोरा तामरे कन्ना श्री हरि श्यामल कोमल कृष्ण मुरारी मोहन मुरली धारी नंद कुमारा नवनीत चोरा तामरे कन्ना श्री हरि इरे इरे कार्तिदयतने कोंदुम करुमुगल वंदरे गोविंदा इरे इरे कार्तिदयतने कोंदुम करुमुगल वंदरे गोविंदा ഊരിയൻ ഗോപിയൻ ഇരയിന് കൂടി ആദിനാൻ പരിയാനന്ദം ദ്രൗപദി മാനത്തെ കരുണയിൽ കാട്ടുനെ തുരയെ കലന്ത മുകുന്ദ നന്ദകുമാരായ നവനീത ചോര താമരെ കന്നാ ശ്രീ हरि श्यामल कोमल कृष्ण मुरारी मोहन मुरली धारी नंद कुमारा नवनीत चोरा तामरे कन्ना श्री हरि कंसने कोंद्रा करुतुयवेंद्र वसुदेवन मगंधीर छेदाये कंसने कोंद्र करुतुयवेंद्र वसुदेवन मगंधीर छेदाये मनिलुम किंद्र मरमपिनंदा कार्तुने अगिलमे अवतारो जगत गोविंद तिरुनामं करुले कदले श्री हरि नंद कुमारा नवनीत चोरा तामरे कन्ना श्री हरि नंद कुमारा नवनीत चोरा तामरे कन्ना श्री हरि श्यामल कोमल कृष्ण मुरारी मोहन मुरली धारी नंद कुमारा नवनीत चोरा तामरे कन्ना श्री हरि तामरे कन्ना श्री हरि तामरे कन्ना श्री हरि ओम श्री राम कृष्ण भगवान की जय। जननी जननी महश्वरी जननी जननी जननी
Vasudeva Devi Swarupaya Sri Ramakrishnaya Namaha. Revered Ishtaprana Mataji, respected elders, sisters, brothers, and loving children, Aum Namo Narayanaya. This morning's talk covers a few lessons from Swami Anamayananda, which was published in the December 2020 issue of the Vedanta Kesari. Swami Anamayananda received Mantra Diksha from Swami Virajanandaji and joined the order and received Sannyasa Diksha from Swami Shankaranandaji in 1959. His entire working life was in the service of the Sarada Devi Ashram. The following 4 incidents are narrated by Swami Devarajananda. I had just joined the Ramakrishna order at the Sarada Devi Ashram. There was a big courtyard in front of the building where I was staying. One Saturday afternoon, I saw Swami Anamayanandaji, popularly known as Saroj Maharaj, sweeping this courtyard with a broom. He was then the assistant secretary of the center. In those days, the ashram suffered from lack of resources, and hence there were very few workers. So Maharaj himself was sweeping the courtyard. I was a novice and thought that it was my duty to take the broom from him and clean the area myself. He heard my proposal and asked, "Why shall I give you my broom?" But I was persistently requesting him to let me help him sweep the area. He said, "If you really want to help me, bring another broom and sweep. I am not going to part with my broom." I did accordingly. Later on, while having puffed rice, Maharaj said, "If on any day you see me worshipping in the shrine, will you force me to get up and do the worship by yourself?" I replied, "No, why should I do so? I will help you as much as I can by preparing the offering or arranging the flowers." Maharaj said, "You people go on uttering Swamiji's words. Work is worship." I was not sweeping, I was worshipping. Why were you trying to deprive me of my chance to worship? Thus began my basic training. Henceforth, every Saturday, I used to sweep the courtyard along with him. We learn that karma must be turned into karma yoga, then it will take us to God. Religion does not mean offering ritual worship in the shrine only. Swami Vivekananda teaches us that religion means spiritual growth and the development of character. According to Swamiji, if you go to a temple every day but remain as you are, petty and selfish in morals and values, that is not religion at all. You have to become a center of values like love, compassion, and a spirit of service. That is the sign of spiritual growth. Swami Vivekananda therefore defined religion as the manifestation of the divinity already in man. Only in the human birth are we given the privilege to express divine qualities through our actions. Swami Vivekananda says, "All the work you do is subjective. It is done for your own benefit. God allows you to work in this great gymnasium of life so that you may help yourself. We help ourselves when we serve. We cannot help anyone, but can only worship God. This is the proper attitude to work. This is the secret of Karma Yoga." Once, during the monks' conference, Swami Virajananda Maharaj told that the easiest way to develop brotherhood among the sannyasis is to lend a helping hand during times of need. The sadhu who has lots of work in his hand should be helped by other sadhus. We have often seen Saroj Maharaj following this advice. I started teaching in this school and at the same time I also had to do the entire work of the shrine single-handedly, as there were no brahmacharis at the time. Sometimes at night I would be too tired to wash the shrine vessels. Next morning I used to find that Saroj Maharaj had already washed the vessels and had gone out to collect the flowers. It became his habit to help others in whichever way possible, silently and gladly. His helping nature was extended to all the workers in various departments, because he was thorough in every single work of the ashram. We learn that instead of finding fault with anyone, the revered Swami helped whomsoever he could. Sri Sarada Devi says, "Man finds fault in others after bringing his own mind down to that level. There are enough people to criticize others, but who helps put things right?" This practical lesson benefits all of us, especially if we want to progress spiritually. In the initial days of my joining the order, I had a duty in Saroj Maharaj's office. One morning, during my working hours, a local gentleman arrived and started narrating his personal problems to Saroj Maharaj. After a while, Saroj Maharaj told him, "See, this is your family problem. We cannot interfere in this." Still the gentleman went on with his tales of woe for an hour. Saroj Maharaj silently heard him. Then the gentleman told him, "Maharaj, you have already told me that you cannot help, yet I am feeling free and relieved by pouring out my problems to you." After his departure, foolish and immature that I was, I told Maharaj, "The gentleman wasted so much time. When he knew that you couldn't help out, there was no point in his wasting your time. You didn't do right in indulging him thus." Without getting irritated at my audacity, Saroj Maharaj gently said, "Didn't you hear the last words of the gentleman? It is true that I was not in a position to help him, but I was able to lighten his mental burden by listening to him. In this way, I was able to serve him. And our motto is to serve people. We must find out in which way we can serve them. I will clear up the backlog work in my free time." Years later, when I was posted as the principal of Probationers Training Center, Swami Bhuteshananda Maharaj echoed the same attitude of service. He told me, "Keep your doors open at all times. The brahmacharis have many issues. Somebody must be there to hear them out. Ensure that they can approach you at any time." Although I was much younger than Saroj Maharaj, he was so friendly that I never hesitated to speak with him on various matters. As the headmaster of the school, I used to make plans to improve the standard of studies and discipline of the school. Strangely, Saroj Maharaj always used to oppose my plans. Initially, I thought that Saroj Maharaj was against any progressive measures, and hence he was opposing my suggestions. At the same time, his arguments would make me think deeply. I would make certain changes in my plans. The result would be beneficial for all. One day, Saroj Maharaj himself made it clear. He told me, "I am not opposing your plans for the sake of obstructing your ideas. Whenever you try to implement something new, you have to face opposition from the students, teachers, and parents. I just spread before you their likely questions so that you may make the necessary alterations and face their opposition with ready and rational answers. Your vision is one-sided. You have to consider their perspective as well. I am asking questions on their behalf so that your plan becomes wholesome." This was another dimension of his love. The last incident was recounted by Professor Nitya-Niranjan Kundu. Swami Anamayananda Maharaj succeeded Swami Sukkhadananda Maharaj as the secretary of the Sargachi Ashrama. Once, Sukkhadanandaji was scolding Anamayanandaji in a very harsh manner. Though Anamayanandaji was not at fault, he kept quiet without uttering a single word in his defense. I was then a student at the ashrama school studying in 9th or 10th class. I was a witness to this severe scolding. Anamayanandaji was also my teacher in the school. So later I asked him why he remained silent and accepted the scolding when he had done nothing wrong. Maharaj then gave me a wonderful piece of advice which I try to follow even today. He told me, Nitya, when some senior person, be he a sadhu or a householder, rebukes, don't enter into any argument with him. If you do so, he will become more annoyed and angry, and you will continue to be scolded left and right. This will only make the situation more complicated. On the other hand, if you remain silent without any protest, the person who is scolding you will get tired of doing so and will himself gradually cool down. Much later, I was able to connect this advice with Holy Mother Sri Sarada Devi's teaching. There is no virtue equal to fortitude, and no treasure equal to contentment. May we benefit from these practical lessons taught by Swami Anamayananda. We certainly improve and progress by being patient and forbearing. Hari Om Tat Sat.
करो सत्संग पियारा, जन्म सफल हो जाए तुम्हारा। करो सत्संग पियारा, जन्म सफल हो जाए तुम्हारा। संशय सकल मिटाय ज्ञान का होय उजारा रे। संशय सकल मिटाय ज्ञान का होय उजारा रे। करो सत्संग पियारा, जन्म सफल हो जाए तुम्हारा। करो सत्संग पियारा, जन्म सफल हो जाए तुम्हारा। मूर्त पूजन में मन लावे, मूर्त पूजन में मन लावे। कोटिन तीर्थ में फिर आवे, मन का भरम न जाए बिना सत्संग विचारा रे। मन का भरम न जाए बिना सत्संग विचारा रे। करो सत्संग पियारा, जन्म सफल हो जाए तुम्हारा। यज्ञ दान जप तप बहु भारी, यज्ञ दान जप तप बहु भारी। चाप तिलक माला गलधारी, ज्ञान बिना नहीं मोक्ष होय कर जतन हजारा रे। ज्ञान बिना नहीं मोक्ष होय कर जतन हजारा रे। करो सत्संग पिया
करे अनेक कर्मा शुभ कोई, करे अनेक कर्मा शुभ कोई, सत्संगत सम फल नहीं होई, घड़ी पलक चिन्ह माही होय भव सागर पारा रे, घड़ी पलक चिन्ह माही होय भव सागर पारा रे, करो सत्संग पियारा, जन्म सफल हो जाए तुम्हारा, निश दिन हरि चर्चा जहाँ होई, निश दिन हरि चर्चा जहाँ होई, ब्रह्मानंद संग शुभ सोई, परमेश्वर के ध्यान भजन से हो निष्ठारा रे, परमेश्वर के ध्यान भजन से हो निष्ठारा रे, करो सत्संग पियारा, जन्म सफल हो जाए तुम्हारा, करो सत्संग पियारा, जन्म सफल हो जाए तुम्हारा, संशय सकल मिटाय ज्ञान का होय उजाला रे, संशय सकल मिटाय ज्ञान का होय उजाला रे, करो सत्संग पियारा, जन्म सफल हो जाए तुम्हारा, करो सत्संग पियारा, जन्म सफल हो जाए तुम्हारा। ओम श्री राम कृष्ण भगवान की जय।
Om Namo Narayanaya. Let us sit calmly and contemplate on the radiant form of God seated in our hearts. We shall read the meaning of 2 verses from the Bhagavad Gita. I am the same to all beings, says Lord Krishna. To me there is none hateful, none dear. But those who worship me with devotion, they are in me and I am also in them. He who is full of faith and zeal and is the master of his senses attains knowledge. Having attained this knowledge of the Atman, one immediately attains the supreme peace. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
ॐ सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु, सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु, सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु, सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु, सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते, पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय महाराज की जय, महामाई की जय, स्वामी जी महाराज की जय, गंगा मात की जय, महावीर स्वामी जी की जय, सर्व ऋषि मुनियों की जय।